I was born downtown, capital. When I recall my homeland, my thoughts are filled with the sights and sounds of the city. But home means something different to each and every one of us. Therefore, I've decided to visit every place where our citizens call home. The Kingdom of Erusia is a land of diversity. Each region has its own unique and special culture.
The destruction of one of their arsenal birds has significantly reduced the scale of Erusia's air defense network. Osean forces have moved into the areas where we gained air superiority and freed over half of the Yusian continent. However, Erusia is feeling the pressure and is reacting by attempting to activate the ballistic missile base in the suburbs of Sierra Plata. For the past 72 hours, they've put their resources and people into action and have already entered the final stages of a launch. The missile silo is deep underground. To destroy it, we'll need a bomber to drop a huge deep penetration bomb in a precise place. Unfortunately, that airspace is thick with clouds, so it'll be difficult for a bomber to hit the target accurately. Normally, we'd wait for the weather to clear, but with the situation being what it is, we don't have that option. So, we will be the bomber's eyes and find the missile silo. You'll all be equipped with targeting pods instead of special weapons. We need you to fly at low altitude and visually identify which silo they're activating, then acquire it with your targeting pod. Once you press the firing switch, the bombers will drop their payload based on the location data provided by the targeting pod. You will need to keep the silo in the center of your sight until the bomb hits its target, or else it will miss entirely. It takes a high level of airmanship to properly guide these bombs to their targets while flying in the Naturally, we assume the enemy has positioned anti-air artillery and aircraft in the area of operations, so stay alert. Additionally, we suffered human and material losses in the last battle. The Cyclops Squadron will sit this one out. Trigger, it's up to you to make this work with just Strider Squadron.
Strider Squadron, sortie ASAP.
I was born downtown in our...
Strider Squadron, sortie ASAP.
Perugia only has 5 IRBM silos in total. Therefore, the enemy's made a number of fake silos to try and throw our bombers off the scent.
Did you say fake?
They're painted to look like the real thing from the sky. You can't tell the difference.
It's the wing of that LRSSG that brought down that Arsenal bird. We've got the bombs. You do the terminal guidance.
In order to use the targeting pods, you'll need to change weapons first. Try to align the missile silo with the circle in the center of your HUD. When you're lined up, hit the firing switch and the bomb will drop. You're gonna need to keep the silo aligned until the bomb hits. The enemy set up anti-air weapons in multiple locations.
We need to work together to take them down.
Keep the targeting pod trained on that silo until the payload is delivered.
Bunker Buster hit its mark. Time for fireworks.
Destruction of first missile silo confirmed.
The IRBM is aimed at the Osteen garrison. Soldiers' lives are at stake. We have no time. It completely lost it. You can bet on it. Let's end this madness.
Dropping another bunker buster will take some time. Aim carefully.
Enemy fighter approaching. Fill it full of lead. Target confirmed. Dropping the bomb now.
The bomb was off its mark. The target is still standing. Target eliminated.
Into the cloud. Granny here. I'm in the cloud. Location 1 enemy. Size of the missiles launched from the silo is off the chart. Let's do this. Open your eyes. Check 6. This is a serious mission. Was it Wiseman who gave Strider 2 account? Formation changes every mission. I'm sure he has a reason for it. I'll believe that when I see it. I'm just glad he would be there to chew my ear off.
Missile silo destroyed. That makes 2. No launch signs yet. Picking up an enemy squadron. It must be the reinforcements they called in. They don't appear to be going after our bomber. Take them out if they interfere with our mission. Enemy has a lock on you.
We did it. That takes care of that. Nice work.
Target is in range of guns.
Strider 4, Fox 2. Enemy's got a lock on me.
Warning, enemy has a beat on you.
Trigger, missile incoming.
If you follow the roads, there could be a silo at the end of one of them.
Bunker buster away. That was a fake. No structures visible. Minutes remaining. don't know when they'll launch.
We'll be on time.
The sky feels open and free today. As a Cyclops, I feel like a bird in a cage. Once this mission's over, I guess we'll be back under the company commander's thumb again. What a pain in the ass. Where's the real silo? Bandit in my sight. Locked on.
Target confirmed. Dropping the bomb now. All right. Now let's take out those remaining silos.
Manpower and supplies to launch the missile.
Missile silo destroyed.
Where do we look next?
Bunker busted away.
Right on the money.
Hit. Target destroyed.
The fewer there are, the harder they are to find. Good luck.
There's only one silo remaining.
I'm like a wolf that's been let off its leash. These guys won't know what hit them. I thought you were a bird free from its cage. Nice stuff. Wonderful. It's a big base. Right behind the silo and vehicle.
All missile silos have been destroyed.
Wait, what the hell is that?
Alert! We've detected an IRBM launch. Confirmed signature on our radar. Launch site is this dam.
Not from the silos?
They certainly hit it well. We still have a chance. Shoot it down before it reaches critical altitude.
They got a lock on you, Strider 1.
Confirmed signature on our radar. Warning, we confirm another launch. Take it out.
Enemy is locked on. Breaking.
Hostile confirmed destroyed. New hostiles. All aircraft confirmed. Additional launch confirmed.
Incoming!
Locked on Bandit. Bandit has a lock. Enemy missile inbound. Evading.
I've got you.
All of the missiles have been destroyed.
I was cutting it pretty close. I was starting to get a little nervous.
You're telling me. You had us sweating up here, and there wasn't even anything we could do about it. Glad we were partnered with you on this operation.
That went about as expected. Be sure to include in the report how much ass I kicked while off the company commander's leash. Roger that, and I'll be sure to include all the crap you said about Wiseman, too.
Arusia only has 5 IRBM silos in total. Therefore, the enemy's made a number of fake silos to try and throw our bombers off the scent.
Did you say fake?
They're paying...
We have successfully prevented an enemy ballistic missile attack. Strider Squadron, you did very well without your unit commander. We are now preparing for the final stage of our long-range operation, seizing the capital. With the loss of an arsenal bird followed by the destruction of their ballistic missile base, Erussia is running out of ways to counter. This is a great opportunity for the Osean army to bolster our power to eventually take down the Erusian capital of Farbanti. The special long-range strategy is entering its final phase. Our objective is to attack and capture the Erusian Air Force Base in Cape Rainy in northern Erusia. This important base is at the forefront of our strategy to establish control of Farbanti. Under the cover of night, our plan is that all squadrons will invade from the valley to the south and mount an air assault on the area. The enemy's observation field has eyes on the skies above the valley, so your altitude will need to be restricted. If you go over a certain altitude, the enemy could spot you, ending the mission in failure. Keep that in mind. Once you arrive, you are to take out the enemy's air defense forces as soon as possible and prepare for the support squadrons. When the air defense forces are neutralized, the helicopter squadron should arrive carrying Marines. The plan is to take control of the base. Getting through the valley is only half the job.
Strider Squadron, aircraft prep complete. You're cleared to taxi.
Beginning nighttime aerial refueling process. Be careful of reduced visibility. 1,500 meters to tanker. Too fast. Lower airspeed. Excellent work, Trigger. Refueling initiated. Maintain your current position.
Strider 1, you have passed through waypoint 1. No weapons until you reach the enemy base. All aircraft, reduce altitude. We have altitude restrictions from here on out. Keep altitude below 600 meters. Good. Maintain your current course.
Searchlight up ahead. Watch for it.
Stay out of their sight.
Strider, Asmus 1. Our current ETA matches yours. Catch the Vanguard. Can we secure the LZ quickly? We'll get you down safe. I'm worried you're short on men. Marines already signed their wills. That ain't funny. Never was good at jokes. Okay, before we win. Good luck.
Understood. Strider 1, you've passed through waypoint 2. The valley's about to get narrower. Be careful.
Watch your speed.
Pull up. Caution. Pull up.
You've passed waypoint 3. You're coming up on the base. Posing radio silence.
Caution.
We won't be able to talk again until you're over the base.
Spotted enemy aircraft in the valley headed for the base.
Been detected. We've lost the element of surprise. Strider 1 crashed.
Beginning nighttime area.
Strider 1, you have passed through waypoint 1. No weapons until you reach the enemy base. All aircraft, reduce altitude. We have altitude restrictions from here on out.
Caution. Pull up.
Keep altitude below 600 meters. Good. Maintain your current course.
Caution.
Searchlight up ahead. Watch for it.
Stay out of their sight.
Caution.
Strider, ask us more. Our current ET matches yours. Catch the wrong guard. Can we secure the LZ quickly?
Pull up.
We'll get you down safe. I'm worried you're short on men.
Pull up.
Everyone here's already signed their rooms.
Caution. Pull up.
That ain't funny.
Caution. Pull up.
Everyone's got jokes. Okay, before we win. Good luck.
Caution.
Understood.
Pull up. Caution.
Strider 1,
Pull up.
you've passed through waypoint 2.
Caution.
The valley's
Pull
about
up.
to get narrower. Be careful.
Caution. Pull up. Caution. Caution. Pull up. Caution. Pull up. Caution. Pull up. Pull up. Caution. Pull up.
When can we take on the final mission? I'm starting to get tired of all this.
Caution.
This is the last step,
Pull up.
Count. We'll take the enemy base and use it as a bridgehead.
Watch yourselves out there. We're going to need all of you in for our bounty.
Pull up.
Without Wiseman here, everybody wants to give orders like they're the company commander himself. And the best thing about Strider Squadron is our leader keeps his mouth shut. Watch your speed.
You've passed waypoint 3. You're coming up on the base. Posing radio silence. We won't be able to talk again until you're over the base. Continue to keep an eye on your altitude. There are plenty of dark spots that can sneak up on you.
Caution. Pull up. Caution.
You just passed through waypoint 4. Radio silence has been lifted. You're almost to base.
We made it. That was quite the roller coaster ride. Visual confirmation on the airbase. Reach destination.
Commence the attack. It's time for their wake-up call. The longer it takes, the worse off we'll be. Hurry up. Finish them off.
All right, let's give him a beating.
Target acquired.
Strider 1, enemy behind you.
Caution. Pull up.
Enemy start attacking! The hell did they come from?
They took out our leader's bird. Hurry or they'll roast us on the ground.
Fire up the searchlights! I can't see where the enemies are coming from.
It looks like the enemy's air defenses are online. Guess they finally decided to wake up. Keep up the attack. The sooner we finish this thing, the better.
This is Basilisk 1. Arrived at the AO. Landing now.
Roger that. If the enemy is still present in large numbers when our ground forces arrive, the mission will be a failure. Go help our allies.
Be quick. Gotta deliver on time when the base is free.
Your jokes haven't gotten any better.
Everybody's been shut down.
Missile. 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 Missile.
Broadcaster, hostiles are still near the LZ. Can't make our approach.
Multiple helicopters spotted. Do you have a visual on them? Strider 1, I need you to take out those enemies at the LZ.
Locked on! Caution, enemy has a lock. We've lost 30% of our AA guns. Don't fire blindly. That'll reveal our position.
Strider 1, target acquired. We need you to immediately destroy anything that'll jeopardize the landing.
Ally has been shot down.
Target locked.
Missile.
Strider 1, target destroyed.
How are you? This is Basilisk 1. Landing now. Trust your allies and keep moving. This base is ours for the taking.
Wait for base, Commander! What are you waiting for?
Okay, that takes care of all the SAM sites.
We've engaged the enemy reinforcements. Requesting immediate close air support.
Copy that. We'll send some your way.
Pizza guy's in trouble. Let's help him out.
It's alright. Those two Aussie big shots will take care of him for us. That's the last of our anti-air guns. They've all been taken out.
Strider 1, locked on target. Target eliminated. Great work.
Okay, that attack should put down the enemies on the front line. The way ahead is cleared up. Have our thanks.
Give me a damage report. We've suffered heavy losses. This is more than a surprise attack.
Picking up an enemy squadron. It must be the reinforcements they called in.
Confirmed at least one leader. It's the one with the 3 scratches.
Hostile has a lock.
Nickel. Nickel. Nickel.
Emergency! The enemy reinforcements? They're stopping us! We can't do anything about their air power. We need support.
We're behind. Don't let them get in the way. Strider 1, hostile has a lock. Ambush, stay calm. Regroup the ranks. Lancaster, requesting close air support.
Strider Squadron, enemy reinforcements. Get some goddamn support there now.
Enemy numbers are small. Don't give in. Fight until the very end.
We still got 3 enemy fighters left. It's not over yet.
That's 2-2. We're stuck. We won't be able to capture the base at this rate.
Keep your heads down. 3 strikes will take care of the enemy.
Locked on bandit. This is nothing compared to what we faced in the last mission.
Who's the friendly? Bandit my side.
That bandit is still on your back.
Target acquired. Missile, evade!
That's it. Take out those 2. We can force our way inside the facility.
2 remaining.
I don't know what these guys hope to accomplish, but happy to have them.
Ally has been shot down.
They're after you, Strider 1.
Target's destruction confirmed. That air support was right on the money.
Pushing the enemy on their heels.
Okay, start running on the count of 3.
Great. I get to finally send my boys in to ring the doorbell.
There's still quite a few enemies holed up in there. However, we can't afford to wait any longer. Begin the assault. If anyone resists, kill them. Contact! 2 o'clock! Go! Go! Fire!
Sarge, tear down that barricade.
How'd it go? This is Basilisk 1. The base is ours. We have control of all major functions.
Glad the pizza was on time. Whew. Roger that, Basilisk 1. Mission accomplished.
All prisoners of war will be treated in accordance with international law. We've even brought pizza.
Looks like they can shred those wills.
I'm already getting an earful from the men a joke. Okay, go ahead and begin your approach. Go to the flight control.
Roger that.
Strider 1, this is Basilisk. The runway is clear. You have permission to land. The party is on as soon as you get here. Reduce your speed. Lower your nose. You're too high. 1,500 meters to the runway. You are right on course. Maintain current heading. Right on the money, Strider 1. Strider 1 has landed. Let's go and greet him.
Strider 1, you have passed through Waypoint 1. No weapons until you reach the enemy base. All aircraft, reduce altitude. We have altitude restrictions from here.
Excellent work on the night raid. Submarines have arrived from the Ocean mainland and are refueling. This base will serve as a frontline platform for our mission to take Farbanti. We're almost at the end of this operation.
Mihai's second sortie was designed to calculate how his physiology changed under the stress of combat. My job was to compare his performance as a pilot now to when he was younger and understand how his skills evolved. To tell you the truth, I'm not sure I wanted to know the answers anymore. For a man his age, Mihai's body was unbelievably resilient, remarkably flexible. His reflexes were as sharp as they ever were. Still, after all those years of flying in the outer layers of the atmosphere, even someone as strong as Mihai wasn't immune to the effects of the strain. The human body is fragile. It was not meant to handle the excessive amounts of radiation that constantly bombarded the stratosphere. For Mihai's second sortie, we used a flight suit that was still untested. He seemed fine on takeoff, but by the time he landed back at the base, it was clearly a mess. He got caught in a surprise dogfight with an especially stubborn enemy. It took a while for Mihai to bring him down.
Suspend mission.
The suit was ineffective. According to the data, it wouldn't let him fly to his full potential. A new flight suit was made to my exact specifications. When it finally arrived, Mihai's granddaughters glared at me with their disapproval. They blamed me for the pain their grandfather had to keep enduring. But Mihai remained stoic. He wasn't the type of man who cared about anything that happened here on the ground. I wasn't worried about it. I was confident the new suit would protect him thoroughly so that he could maneuver his plane any way he wanted. The moment he took off in his new flight suit, I realized what I had failed to before. Right after takeoff, as the wheels retracted, the plane suddenly arced up. It accelerated so quickly. I had never seen a plane move like that before. Mihai hit the high G's multiple times before disappearing into the blue. The support team couldn't even keep up. And then I knew. I understood why he never seemed to care about restoring his stolen country back to its former glory, and why he didn't seem to care about anything that happened here on the ground. Of course, Mihai's kingdom was the sky.
The operation to capture Erusia's capital, Farbanti, is beginning. This is the culmination of our work. We need to capture the Erusian forces' general headquarters in the south of Farbanti and end this war. The plan is for ground troops to attack Farbanti from both the east and north, and a task fleet will attack from the southwest. We will secure air superiority over the capital, while providing air support for our allies on the ground and in the water as required. By all accounts, we expect this to be an intense, full-scale battle across land, sea, and air. Should you need to replenish your ammunition or make necessary repairs to your craft, a return line has been set up in the north. During this operation, we will also be tasked with having to destroy the communications satellites that Erusia hacked. If we take down the information communication system that we believe they have control over, it should plunge Erusia into chaos. Once the capital falls, the Erusian military will be isolated and thrown into chaos, making it easier for us to end the war. However, that can't happen until after the capital falls, so you guys are the stars of this battle. Erusia will fight like a tiger, but we cannot lose. We must seize the capital and end this war.
Strider Squadron, proceed to runway. Sortie ASAP.
Our troops have engaged at Farbanti Reconstruction Park, Silver Bridge, and the submerged area. We need you to help our boys in those 3 locations. This'll end the war. It's time. Commence the operation. Our friends are waiting.
Lately, as your company commander, I felt some of you young bucks coming after my championship belt. You're really putting the pressure on me. So I think I'm gonna go out there and...
Strider Squadron, proceed to runway. Sortie ASAP.
Our troops have engaged at Farbanti Reconstruction Park, Silver Bridge, and the submerged area. We need you to help our boys in those 3 locations. This'll end the war. It's time. Commence the operation. Our friends are waiting.
Lately, as your company commander, I felt some of you young bucks coming after my championship belt. You're really putting the pressure on me. So I think I'm gonna go out there and get the score. to show you guys how it's done. I trust I can count on all you to keep up. Let's get out there, take care of business, and come back in one piece.
Strider 1, turn lines to the north. Head that way if you need to refuel. Good luck, everyone.
Missile.
Strider 1, watch your tail.
Missile.
Count is back in the saddle as Cyclops 2. It's good to be flying with you again, partner.
Cute. No, it's real funny.
Missile. Missile.
Missile! Missile! Strider 1, nice work. Brilliant!
Star warning.
Fade inside it.
Missile.
Gotcha, pal. Missile crossing, evading.
Star warning.
Missile away, bon voyage.
Our ground forces are now moving to capture Farbanti Reconstruction Park. They're already engaged with the enemy. It seems the enemy was fast to detect them. We can use some air support.
Our air support has stopped the enemy. Advance on the hospital.
Missile. Pull up.
Enemy has the lock.
Missile.
The enemy's pouring on their forces. Careful. The ruins of sunken ships make these waters shallow. Somebody might push onto our assets.
Missile. Missile.
Small one, be careful. You shot down many. Now the enemy's already down. This LR SMG is really something.
Keep an eye on your radar. All it takes is one missile and you're victory.
We're out of standstill. We're pinned down. Roger. Mark will be secured. You'll need a big gun clear the way.
I know the feeling. Medic, see to the injured. I need them back on the front line ASAP.
Special delivery.
Strider 4, Fox 2. Keep bringing them down. HQ, we're falling back. We don't stand a chance against their air support. It's got that much harder.
Hold your ground.
Enemy backup inbound. Forces are heading for two separate combat zones. We need to split our forces in two and meet both threats at once.
Trigger, head for either area. Cyclops will take care of the other one.
Roger. Say goodbye.
Caution. Missile. Pull up. Missile.
Strider 1, missile closing.
Missile.
Evade.
Enemy vessels, fire! These guys just won't give up.
Okay, Trigger. The submerged area is all yours. We'll deal with the other threat.
Let's go. Ocean. Roger.
Missile.
Strider 1, missile inbound. Enemy has a lock on you.
Caution. Missile. 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 Missile.
Keep sending the enemy forces to their watery graves.
Raise them in that. Lead line. stop our advance. This was tougher than we thought.
Everyone's requesting backup. It'll take forever to get here.
Victory is within sight. Let's turn the remaining enemies into start bait.
Watch yourself. Steer clear of the sunken Allied ship. Just how many do we lose?
Your air support considerably weakened organized resistance from the Erusian army. Operation nearly complete. Just need to see it through.
Understood. Understood.
All right.
Understood. Understood.
Understood. Retreat. The enemy has sealed off the harbor, preventing us from landing.
I don't like the look of things. They're relentless. Cracking the enemy's defenses. Send our troops there at once. This should allow us to put up a fight.
Enemy reinforcements on radar. Take them out.
Hostile forces moving near enemy HQ. We don't have enough units to hold them.
Split up. The longer this drags on, the greater our losses.
Roger that.
Enemy has a lock. Hang in there. Free strike will be here soon.
I can't believe we're getting pushed back. We won't last long. We must take advantage of this opening.
AA gun confirmed destroyed.
That area's all yours, Strider. Back up one squadron at the Silver Bridge.
James, I destroyed.
Target obliterated.
Predator flared. Lock on.
Watch it. Enemy has a lock on you.
This is the start. There are small boats hiding in the ruins. Take them out before they can approach the fleet.
Box 2. Box 2.
Over half our forces are neutralized. Hurry up and finish the job. No use. Our tanks and combat vehicles are knocked out. This looks as far as the enemy's air support.
There's a lock. to pay off.
Evade! Evade that missile!
We've got flies buzzing around our heads. Don't take your eyes off them. The enemy ranks are crumbling.
3 minutes remaining.
Attack their right flank. This is our chance.
We've spotted enemy backup. Check your radars.
Copy. It's about time we finished up here and helped other allies in trouble.
You don't need to try and target every enemy. Just keep your focus. Take one down, then move on to the next.
This is Base 1. Corvanti construction park is under our control. Now, on to the enemy headquarters. Hey, those are our planes. Give them away.
Nice. Target eliminated.
Missile. Missile.
We're slowly have the upper hand. The tide of battle in our favor.
Enemy has a lock on you.
Missile. Missile. Missile.
2 minutes remaining.
Triangle 5, locked on bandit.
Missile. Missile.
Enemy's got a lock!
Missile. Missile.
There's no way we're pulling back now! If they take our headquarters, we're finished! Missile inbound!
Missile.
Fox 2, Fox 2.
Missile. Missile.
Enemy is launched on. Break away.
Missile cruising, evading.
We must show our resolve. Remaining.
Shut down.
Bandit has a lock!
Missile.
Missile inbound. Missile inbound.
Missile. 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 Missile.
Watch the plane with the great strike!
My supply.
Are you sure? Is it really those pilots from Stonehenge?
30 seconds.
Strider 1, this is Control Tower. Strider 1, this is Control.
How come we're the only ones losing takes off there? Where is our air support? The tide of the entire battle changed once that plane showed up. Do not let it through!
Breaking out of lock. Bandit side.
Our troops have engaged at Farbanti Reconstruction Park, Silver Bridge, and the submerged area. We need you to help our boys and those...
Strider Squadron, proceed to runway. Sortie ASAP.
Our troops have engaged at Farbanti Reconstruction Park, Silver Bridge, and the submerged area. We need you to help our boys in those 3 locations. This'll end the war. It's It's time. Commence the operation. Our friends are waiting.
Lately, as your company commander, I felt some of you young bucks coming after my championship belt. Really putting the pressure on me. So I think I'm gonna go out there and put up the score. Just to show you guys how it's done. I trust I can count on all of you to keep up. Let's get out there, take care of business, come back in one piece.
Strider 1, return line is to the north. Head that way if you need to refuel. Good luck, everyone.
Count is back in the saddle with Cyclops 2. It's good to...
Our troops have engaged at Farbanti Reconstruction Park, Silver Bridge, and the submerged area. We need you to help our boys in those 3 locations. This'll end the war. It's time. Commence the operation. Our friends are waiting.
Lately, as your company commander, I felt some of you young bucks coming after my championship belt. Really putting the pressure on me. So I think I'm gonna go out there and run up the score a little bit. Just to show you guys how it's done. I trust I can count on all of you to keep up. Let's get out there, take care of business, come back in one piece.
Strider 1, return line is to the north. Head that way if you need to refuel. Good luck, everyone.
Count is back in the saddle with Cyclops 2. It's good to be flying with you again, partner.
Let me find you guys too. Ah, it's real funny. He dodged it.
I'm taking fire, but I can still fight. I'm trying to break.
Strider 1, the men below you are to secure the Silver Bridge, but they can't break enemy lines. We have aircraft in addition to you, but our numbers are less than ideal.
3 strikes in the sky. Too bad for those guys.
Time for a quick hit and run.
Our ground forces are now moving to capture Farbanti Reconstruction Park. They're already engaged with the enemy. It seems the enemy was fast to detect them. They can use some air support.
Our air support has stopped the enemy. Stand from the hospital. Copy, the enemy's already down. That LRSFG is really stumping the enemy missile.
Bandit has a lock. Enemy has a lock on you, Strider 1.
Anti-aircraft guns destroyed.
Locked on.
The missiles have got a lot of armament.
Roger, the park loop is secured. The OTNG shot is clear the way.
I have a feeling.
Strider 2, Fox 2.
Enemy backup inbound. Forces are heading from 2 separate combat zones. We need to split our forces in 2 and meet both threats at once.
Trigger, and for either area, Cyclops will take care of the others.
Roger.
HQ, we're falling back. We don't stand a chance against their air support.
On their ground.
Be careful up there. We shot down many.
Cyclops 2, Fox 2.
This is School 6, flying in the clouds.
Watch that bandit.
Enemy missile inbound. Evading. This is School 6. I got a bail. We're out of standstill. We're pinned down.
Missile! Missile!
Target destroyed.
of history.
Missile.
Special delivery.
Missile. Caution. Alert.
Target is eliminated.
Caution. Pull up.
Conditions keep changing. This battle is ugly. Hold them! Don't let them through!
Caution. Alert.
Okay, Trigger. The submerged area is all yours. We'll deal with the other threat.
Let's go. Shit. Roger.
Missile.
Spider 1, break! Break!
Three strikes is overhead. Lady Luck's now on our side.
Vessel confirmed sunk.
We've lost 30% of our fleet. It's going to be difficult to complete our mission given its circumstances.
Everyone's requesting backup. They'll take forever to get here.
Keep an eye on approaching fighters. If they get closer, don't.
Watch out! It's on its way!
Missile. Missile.
We need to reform our ranks.
I need cover.
Thanks to our air support, victory is within sight. Let's turn the remaining enemies into start base.
Steer clear of that fucking allied ship.
Missile.
Just how many did we lose?
Your air support considerably weakened organized resistance from the Erusian army. Operation nearly complete. Just need to see it through.
Understood.
Understood.
Understood. Understood.
Understood.
What do you mean, retreat? The enemy has sealed off the harbor, preventing us from landing.
Desperately trying to stop our advance. Right up and back, boss. It'll be a grind.
Enemy reinforcements on radar. Take them out.
Hostile forces moving near enemy HQ. We don't have enough units to hold them.
Split up. The longer this drags on, the greater our losses.
Roger that.
That area's all yours, Strider. We'll back up one squadron in the Silver Range.
Missile.
I want to be badass and three strikers.
Missile. Missile.
This is the Stork. There are small boats hiding in the ruins. Right between the buildings. Take them out before they can approach the fleet.
Strider 1, target destroyed. Vehicle confirmed destroyed.
Over half our forces are neutralized.
Caution. Pull up. Caution.
Strider 1, AA gun destroyed.
Our tanks and combat vehicles are knocked out. Let's closely follow the enemy's air support.
Strider 1, APC destroyed. aircraft. Move on to assist other units.
Thanks, LRSSG. We'll take it from here. Eyeball to Tucker 2-4. Requesting fire for raid. Coordinates 2294-5002. Target is enemy MBT formation. Fire for effect with your strongest round.
Target is eliminated.
Eyeball to Tucker 2-4. Tracking is complete. Fire for effect. Roger. Team firing data. Maximum 2870, elevation 237. Prepare the volley. Fire. You never know what's gonna happen in naval warfare. Stay vigilant.
Has a beat on you.
Keep firing all the move!
And impact. Tucker 2-4. Don't leave the other airdrops next time. Thanks for the fire support. There's a crack in the enemy's defenses. Send our troops there at once. This should allow us to set up a fight. We need that bridge to establish our position. Give those ground troops all support they need in the battle, the less likely it goes according to plan.
3 minutes remaining. We've spotted enemy backup. Check your radars.
Copy. Trigger. It's about time we finished up here and helped other allies in trouble.
You don't need to try and target every enemy. Just keep your focus. Take one down and you're on to the next.
Missile.
This is Base 1. Brevard reconstruction parts are under our control. Now, on to the enemy headquarters. Hey, those are our planes. Give them away.
Get you down. I've been spiked. There's a reinforcement coming. If your fleet was destroyed back at base by an enemy raid.
You're almost out of special weaponry.
Missile inbound. Jinking.
You did really well out there. This is sure to bring an end to the war. You'll eat heroes.
Don't know what medals they've got for you, but if you want one, come back in one piece.
2 minutes remaining.
Say goodbye.
We're gonna make it through this. Just a little further and this bridge will be ours.
Roger 2. Bandit evaded attack. Trying again. They're after me. I need cover.
It's a big maze.
Maintain course to return for resupply.
Strider 1, this is Control Tower. Strider 1, this is...
This is HQ. Do whatever it takes to defend that bridge. Report to HQ. We need reinforcements at once.
This is Rank 5. I've entered the ground.
Say goodbye.
Tank is destroyed.
Don't stop!
Missile in the air. Evading.
I'm on his rear.
Like no advantage.
30 seconds remaining.
Watch that bandit.
Target eliminated. is almost ours. Operation to eliminate all enemy satellites also underway. All going according to plan. The end of the war is in sight. Think of something you'd like to eat, guys? Because I'm buying.
Roger that.
Man, don't jinx us.
You're right. New bogeys. No, 5 Su-30s inbound.
It's Mr. Rex.
What's going on here? I don't believe it. We've just lost ship 3 and 4. We're taking heavy damage. It's like this monster is toying with us out there. We've got to do something.
LRSSG, we have an emergency order from Mission Command. Bring down Mr. X. I know it's a tall order, but HQ wouldn't ask if they didn't have faith in you.
There they are. It's the snowbirds. The 2 leaders are at a different level, but don't underestimate the rest of them either. This should prove to be fun. What do you mean? It's just like you say. The enemy has experienced fighters in their midst.
Missile.
Fox 2. Looks like they're on our tail.
You sure he's human?
One ship is sunk. Single fighter coming back around.
Don't let Mr. X run wild. Friendlies are suffering heavy damage.
Set 5 is hit. You're mine. Sorry, I gotta bail out.
Fox 4, Fox 2.
You did well. I'm dead!
Stay focused. We've still got a monster to slay. Now down.
Mr. X is eating through the Osean forces.
No. Who are these guys? Fox 2. Seymour, your plane is headed. Eject. Forgive me. Look. Let me slide in on that tail. Not bad. As good as Wood says. Although their teamwork is somewhat lacking.
Missile.
Taking fire. Say goodbye.
Missile.
Scratch the last escort.
We need to be extra careful. Let's split up the 2 leaders. Eject while you can still talk. Locked on.
Locked on. Lights out. I'm on its back.
This is Cyclops 3. I've been hit. I gotta eject.
Cyclops 3 has bailed out safely. Don't worry. He's gonna make it. Listen, Trigger, real talk. If we keep this up, someone's not going home. I'll act as a lure. Meanwhile, you shoot down Mr. X.
What?
All right, he grabbed a bait. Time to take him for a ride. Man, this is one stubborn bastard. He's on my tail, but he won't fire. Waiting for the perfect shot, eh? Sorry, stranger. My boys won't let you have it.
Enough with your air show, Wiseman. You're pushing it.
Oh, Cal, that's sweet. I never knew you cared. You're all grown up. I'll even let the wisecrack slide.
Hey, I'm being serious here.
Hold up. My radar has shown that an enemy aircraft has been stuck on Cyclops 1 for a while now.
Makes my blood run cold to even think if he came up on my 6. Shit!
He's refusing to fire. He wants
one's a sure shot.
Not too bad.
You're quite the entertainer, but the show's over with this next shot. Wasn't a bad pilot. Wiseman, missile closing!
I'll keep him on me. Just a bit longer.
Shit. Cyclops 1 is down.
Cyclops
Wiseman,
down.
eject already, Wiseman! I'm sorry, Count. This plane exploded. Wiseman, stay strong. We're not done here. Cyclops 2, you've got the lead. Wiseman! Shit! Negative, Cyclops 2, you're in the lead. I can't do it. Trigger should take command. The duty is yours. That's impossible. Do it. Damn it! Cyclops 4, form an element. We need our top gun if we're gonna take out that bastard.
Look, Count.
Now I see why he's the king of the skies. Trigger's our only hope.
Missile.
You're holding your own up.
Missile.
Fox 2.
Missile. Missile. Missile.
Warning, enemy has a beat on you.
Missile.
Damn, I can't seem to find an opening.
Missile. Missile.
Damn, I want to go to Trigger's 8, but I can't keep up.
Stall warning.
Target hit.
Damn.
Now go finish the job.
Get Mr. X, Trigger. Shoot it down, Trigger. You can do it.
Stall warning.
In fact, you're the only one who can. My radar suddenly turned off.
What is it? Respond.
My data won't update.
My HUD is
Damn it.
freaking out.
What was that?
Lost radar contact. What the?
Stall warning.
Look at the sky. Towards the
Stall
sun.
What is that?
A star? No. Maybe an explosion?
This is Soul Squadron. Head home. It's not safe to stick around here if we lose our base.
Listen up. We've just lost our real-time connection with Mission Command. It's not just Mission Command. I'm not getting any response from outside our LOS. Bravante's now under Ocean control. The operation was a success. We didn't get the orders that should have come after the operational success. We'll guide you to the scheduled airport. All aircraft, leave this airspace immediately.
Negative. They've got a debt to pay.
Count, we all feel the same way.
Shit.
So Wiseman died for nothing.
This is a peacekeeping force base near Erusian territory. Other Allied aircraft have probably been forced to make emergency landings at other airfields. We don't know much. The mission to capture the capital is nearly complete, but we unfortunately have no intel. The enemy communication satellites are down, and we have confirmed the deaths of several Erusian leaders. But our enemy was smart. They had a similar plan. Our own communication systems were destroyed at approximately the same time. We have no idea when or if they'll come back online. Stand by for further details.
As far as the chaos we find ourselves in these days, it's difficult to say which side pulled the trigger first. Erusia deployed an automatic intercept system with drones. Osea implemented long-range attacks to bypass them. So Erusia decided to sabotage Osea's communications and navigation technology. Erusia couldn't launch a satellite themselves, but they were still able to hack the software of the Osean transmission and navigation systems. Before Osea even noticed, half of their satellites were hijacked. That's when things got ugly. In an attempt to knock out each other's capabilities, both forces launched fighters loaded with anti-satellite missiles at the same time. Only military satellites were targeted. However, their destruction created a debris field in orbit, which wiped out scores of other satellites, both private and government-owned. What kept the world relatively sane up to that point had been free-flowing data and information. But now, those were gone. All that remained was chaos and confusion. Government and civilian broadcasts and transmissions were cut off. The flow of information had ceased. Forces on both sides of the conflict now found themselves unable to communicate with their superiors. Many of the smaller countries annexed by Erusia and yearning for their independence seized the opportunity and started their own uprisings. As for why some of Osea's military decided to break off from the main force and continue on their own, I have no idea. Perhaps there was some sort of dispute over the chain of command. The continent that had once seen wars that were only fought between Osea and Erusia was now full of numerous conflicts between rival leaders vying for power. Insurgencies were everywhere. I even heard a rumor that a group of Osean convicts had rebelled. Rumors. It never ceased to amaze me that even at a crazy time like this, something as trivial as a rumor could find its way here. Communications from corporate were cut off. Apparently, the entire computer network was down. It was a wise decision to make our drones autonomous with AI instead of being radio-controlled. Wise and forward-thinking. Even with their GPS offline, they can still use their sensors to navigate as long as they're working properly. I'm sure the drones are still working perfectly, following their mission orders to the letter. I wish I could upload Mihai's new data to them. But without a connection, I can't upload the software to the active drones. The new ones we're making, though, there should still be enough time to upgrade those before they're activated. I'll be taking the data I've acquired away from the front lines now. Oh, and I'll be taking the girls, too. I told my assistant Masa it was time to get Mihai's granddaughters ready to leave here. She's not much older than the girls, but she has a way about her, and I'm sure she won't have any trouble with them. I saw a plane flying off in the distance. I imagine it was looking for a safer place. The plane had a rose emblem on it.
Erusia's communication networks have been down since their satellites were destroyed. Unfortunately, we are experiencing trouble too. All of Usea has been affected, and we don't know when things will be back up and running. We're not even sure if this is Erusia's doing. Still, we will follow the strategy that was originally planned, and move on to the next operation after liberating Farbanti. Let's get to it. Since the war began, we've been receiving communications in secret from an officer in the Erusian army.
With the capital under our control, Erusia's radical element is losing support quickly, affecting the balance of power.
HQ is thinking of using the military officer as a way to gain leverage to settle peace negotiations. The officer is currently hiding in the outskirts of Anchorhead Bay, having joined up with support dispatched from the Osean army. The plan is that they'll take a standard vehicle to a rendezvous point at a harbor in the east part of the city, where a helicopter will be waiting.
I would like the new Strider Squadron to provide escort for the officer. Cyclops will remain at the base on standby to serve as defense. With the communication network currently down in the capital, I very much doubt Erusia will be able to mount a regimented counterattack. However, it is likely that Erusia's intelligence department and the remaining forces who are aware of the officer's movements will interfere. Keep a close eye on the officer and make sure he stays safe. Our victory in Farbanti has given us a golden opportunity to finally end this war. Be safe out there. Take note that our satellite-based IFF has become unreliable following the recent communications failure. As such, target ID will be done by processing the images from the infrared cameras on your aircraft. Objects will initially appear as unknown on your HUDs, but will be ID'd once you close in on them for a set period of time.
Strider Squadron, you're cleared to taxi.
To the unidentified Osean craft, this is Captain Carl of the Osean Army. Are you here for the escort? You're not the squadron I was expecting. Are you really friendlies? Over.
This is Longcaster. Airborne warning and control system for the Osean Long-Range Strategic Strike Group. Captain Carl, they're on our side.
And those two pilots we've heard about must be here too.
Okay, I hope you're right. Longcaster, are all of these really unknowns?
It's a state of civil war. The Erusian army is fighting itself. There's no guarantee the Oseans won't shoot us in this confusion.
Will image process the unknowns caught in your cams to identify friend or foe? The process will be faster if you get a close-up, well-centered image.
Meanwhile, just run if they shoot us, right?
Affirmative. Always identify your target before you fire.
Something I'll never get used to. But tonight it's been a total shock. The city under martial law. Gunfire and the roar of jets echoing through the streets.
Give me Strider Squadron's IDs. Oh, and hand me that sandwich. Vehicle confirmed destroyed.
Houston, House 1, friendly hello in front. I'm a Patriot and my duty is gone. Nice work, Leo 2. That's a confirmed kill. You are a true Patriot.
Entering the Anchorhead Bay area. Buildings will block your line of sight. Make sure to keep track of your objective.
How this war ends depends on this mission. I'm counting on you.
Understood.
You were the ones on the radio. We don't know our location. Give us orders.
We have no orders, but we do have ID data. Check your TAP terminal. Strider Squadron, identify the unknowns along the route. It's Erusian.
They are responding aggressively.
General, if they're conservatives, they'll listen to us. The negotiations were successful, Castor. They've opened up a path for us. The more the merrier.
ID'd as Osean forces. This is AWACS from the LRSSG.
Our info has been updated.
Target destroyed. We made it through the Anchorhead Bay area. We're heading along Highway 208 under the bridge. We're taking the coastal highway at the next ramp.
All right.
The use of drones makes war more palatable. Why don't people realize this?
There's a strict curfew, but people gather at bars and other places to learn what's going on. Your delusions of fighting with drones is what got us into this mess.
Lock on, lock on.
Wait. General managed to convince them.
Want us to wait? Listen, those that protect General LaBarge are the real patriots. Onward!
There's a vehicle up ahead. Think it's gonna ask us to pay a toll? Get closer and find out if it's an enemy vehicle. We'll go. Let's go.
We archived all the footage that we've shot when the communication networks come back online.
Strider 1, tank destroyed.
We need to remind everyone that there's no such thing as a Cold War. There's a vehicle blocking the road. No response to hails. I see radicals. The target has been destroyed. It's no good. There's still a car on the road. Just to be safe, we better avoid the highway and head for the warehouse district. Lancaster, we're taking a detour. Don't lose us.
Strider 1, General's route has changed. Keep your eyes on his vehicle. Don't let him out of your sight.
Here comes a traitor, Labarge. This is a wide net they've cast. They really don't want the war to end, do they? Labarge, in that vehicle!
Entering cloud cover.
They've been set up in all the right places.
Stall warning.
We have some enemies coming up behind us. They're gaining on us.
Caution. Pull up. Caution.
We changed our route, but the enemy's still on us.
Caution. Pull up. Caution. Pull up.
What's wrong with drones? Whether you're a patriot or not, you're just too stubborn to change with the times.
Stall warning. Stall warning. Caution. Stall caution. Missile.
Wake up! Missile coming your way!
Somebody take out those allied planes behind us.
That was too close for Cutthart.
Caution. Pull up.
Turn right. No, wait, that goes into the ocean. can't shake the enemies on my tail.
Fire from our own allies. Is this place under rebellion too?
Maintain speed. We'll be able to break through that shutter. General, do you mind keeping it down for a minute? You'll bite your tongue.
You guys are hoping to draw out the war, leading our country even further into ruin.
We're almost at landfill number 7. If we can make it through, we'll be in arm's reach of the rendezvous at Grunder Park. Captain Carl, T-Monson needs to record this conversation. I wish to explain to you the situation inside Erusia. I'm sure the boys listening upstairs will record it.
The open declaration of war, expanding the front lines, all the works of young Erusian officers. They were referred to as the radicals. There was an unseen force guiding them. It was technology they borrowed from the Belgians. When they actually went to war, the performance of the attack drones exceeded their wildest dreams. And they were incredibly clean, which got public opinion and the opportunists within the military on their side. They even manipulated the princess. The Belkin technology advanced UAV research within the Erusian Flight Test Center by at least 10 years. They used the flight data from a former ace pilot to create drone AI, but to us it's no different than nuke or alchemy. Airplanes are meant to be flown by human beings. For those of you listening in, am I wrong?
We're heading towards Grunder Park. Rendezvous point is the helipad on this man-made island. We'll ditch the car and take the helicopter from there.
Members of a military group calling itself the Free Erusians.
An unknown is blocking our scheduled route.
No response. Got a bad feeling. Land it on me!
Anti-air gun eliminated.
Fire on that vehicle!
The VIP is taking fire. His vehicle stopped.
Try to help us before we get shot. It's not like this is a tank or anything.
Captain Carl, we have a new rendezvous point. New coordinates are as follows. 263 Tango 4, 1999 Delta Lima. Rescue team says hostiles are making the area too dangerous.
Well, yeah, don't they know nowhere is safe? Which faction is the head of our organization? We need to know at once.
Our capital's fall has led to another power struggle during the Eurasian military.
It's all gone to hell. Radio chatters about the Civil War. Radio? You have one in your cockpit? Yeah, ever since my previous squadron. I've got it taped, nice and secure. We're about to cross Anchor Ridge. There'll be nowhere to hide.
Field number 7. This
That was something.
Fire! These folks have came through. We're the only ones here on our side.
An armored vehicle's behind us. It's a vehicle used by the Erusian forces. Take it out! Trigger, our VIP is in trouble. Clear the way for him. We're taking fire! Take care of them!
Damn it! We're outnumbered. There were too many conservatives in the Air Force that hated the drones.
We're taking fire! We can't hold off!
Even in a time of war, it was a mistake to create something like a fuel unit.
So? I didn't think we were gonna make it, but you saved us. Thanks. The General is speaking with the commander. We've almost reached the container area. Watch out for enemy ambushes.
Understood. System failures. has caused friendly fire incidents among Osean forces. There are many rumors of penal units turning on their former allies. With the main conflict pitting regional forces in the center, south, and east struggle over stabilization of the nation.
The General's vehicle is under attack. Our VIP is taking fire.
We're under attack! Hurry up and do something! We made it somehow. Try to get off your ass a little faster next time. We're coming up on a tunnel. We'll need to split up until we reach the exit. There's more to Belkin technology than just UAVs. IFF designations for one was an astonishing feat. They used it to make drones that resembled Osean fighters. And then to assassinate Harvey with the blame of enemy fighters. But in the end, Belkin technology brought chaos to the world.
I can't believe Uzi is responsible for Harlan's assassination. You talking politics? That's new. Can't ignore a story like that, right, Trigger? This one's mine. Locked on bandit. Bad news. Hostile armored forces outside of the tunnel. I'm thinking that we should go say hi before they ruin the General's day.
Travel flares are running low. IDs are Persian military.
The General's a real celebrity. Seems everyone wants to meet him.
No response. Shoot down! We were nearly done for. I couldn't have asked for better timing. Nice. Glad to see the Oseans attacking the radicals.
How's your last long chapter?
We've been briefed and we're here to help.
Regionalism is part of the infighting within these groups.
We've reached the industrial zone. This should be the new rendezvous point. The coordinates are up ahead. Take out any enemies in the surrounding area.
While we wait, don't worry. We won't let anybody through after you.
Almost at the rendezvous. In the rear to the others.
Understood. The radicals truly believe Central Productions will make up for our losses. They shouldn't be taking responsibility for the capital's fall, but instead they're prolonging the war. That is why proper conservatives like myself are moving to regain control. If all goes well, we should be able to sign a truce quickly.
Thunder 1, locked on target.
We've reached the rendezvous point. There's the chopper, too.
Range.
We turn to in this darkest hour. We need a beacon of light to show us the way. This is the Erusian News Network.
Okay, let's go. Getting out of here. I've had just about enough of this place. I'd like to offer my thanks to the LRSSG. This should finally bring about a true end to the war.
Understood. Good luck. Multiple unidentified aircraft approaching.
This plane is carrying civilians. We have escort fighters, but we do not intend to engage in combat. Please stand down.
What's going on?
Try to get a little closer. Weapon use is prohibited.
What's going on? Dr. Schroeder!
Whoa. There's a girl on board?
He's not lying about carrying civilians.
No, unless she's a soldier.
Weapon use is prohibited. We've checked footage. It does seem to be a transport with escorts.
I repeat, this craft is carrying civilians. We are not here to fight.
Dr. Schroeder, tell me what's happening.
I'm sure I don't need to remind you, but did not attack the civilian liaison.
That's the aircraft your grandfather told me about. The scratches.
There it is. The EASA liaison plane. They engage in witchcraft with Vulcan technology. They're responsible for leading the military down the wrong path.
Wait, unknowns attacking the girl's plane.
Hold on tight.
Allcaster, permission to engage.
Negative.
What?
They could be Osean fighters. ID them ASAP.
Missile.
ID complete. They're Erusian fighters. What the hell is going on?
Stay sharp. Uh-huh. Right, I'm shooting him down. Any complaints?
Granted.
Wilco.
Yeah, good work. Strider 1 has killed a bandit.
Careful, those guys are good. Wait, nothing is Wisconsin base shots too. I managed to catch a glimpse of the 3 strikes.
Don't miss. Aim carefully.
Mine. No good. Shit.
Stall warning.
You're in my way.
Bandit destroyed. Well done. Strider 3 launching missile.
Nice kill.
Good work. All hostile aircraft eliminated. The liaison is safe. Wait.
The escort fighter is... The drive. They're missing the drive.
What the hell? You gotta be kidding me. Liaison escort has a radar lock. They're targeting you guys.
What the hell? We were just helping them.
Erusian aircraft, this is AWACS Longcaster. Do not engage the liaison. Break off now.
Can you hear me on this channel, Osean craft? Those escort aircraft are drones. They are currently being operated autonomously. They are not being controlled by anyone. They are flying on their own volition.
What?
In that case, we have no choice but to shoot the aircraft down.
Unfortunately, yes.
We did what we could. Weapons free. You are cleared to attack the escort.
Wilco. Understood.
Wilco.
Can't abort the MQ-99 launch. Our commands are overridden. They must be accessing it remotely. Shit is behind this.
Hey, it's not our fault they won't listen to reason. Why build something like that? Whoever did is the king of all dumbasses.
To build something else entirely.
Additional hostiles inbound. Great timing.
Son of a bitch.
Take this way. No. The escort must have used its remote activation rights to gain more allies.
Enemy has a lock on you.
Missile.
Target locked.
Target is down.
Enemy on your back.
5 bandits remaining.
Missile.
Damn it. They don't have the drive they need. There has to be a time when it should not function. Day.
4 bandits left. to go.
Star warning. Star warning.
Strider 2, Fox 2. Strider 1, that's what I like to see.
Another story to tell my boy.
Understood. All hostiles have been eliminated. Nice. General's helicopters flying safely outside Anchorhead Bay. All aircraft, RTB, mission complete.
All hostiles, huh?
General, the Osean aircraft is here to pick us up. The approaching Osean aircraft.
Losing his army? Elaborate. They stole our sealed orders. It should be a piece of cake.
Are you sent by the General's staff? No, we'd like you to send... No, I can't!
There are 3 scratches.
What does that mean?
The tail of that plane.
Lancaster, are all of these really unknowns? It's a state of civil war. The Erusian army is fighting.
In order to respond to the attack on the base, Cyclops has scrambled after being on standby. We'll head up too, once our planes are ready. Oh, and Labarth is dead.
What did you say?
Apparently, he was shot down by another Osean aircraft after he left the area of operations. I mean, I know it was chaos, but still. At any rate, the sealed order operation has come to a close. We have no idea about a plan for going forward.
All we can do for now is watch our own backs.
What's up with the commander?
He's staying in his room. He's still alive, since we can hear him crying.
The island we went to was supposed to have been secured by the ground forces. They hadn't gotten a handle on things by the time we got there, so now we were stuck in the middle of a half-assed campaign. My job was to get the planes ready for combat, making repairs and handing them over to our troop of cons. Thing is, the enemy still had the hangars. The comms were still down, so none of us knew what the hell was going on. The last transmission I heard before everything went to shit was that some prisoners from an Osean military penal unit rioted and managed to escape. They stole some jets and now they were flying around, taking out their former allies left and right. I wonder if any units like ours were out here, creeping around. Hearing the Osean jets firing at each other overhead chipped away at morale. Since the radio was out, it was quiet. I liked it better that way. All I heard was the gunfire. Here we were, walking around carrying rifles. We were pilots, damn it. Friendly fire will probably kill us. You know things are desperate when the guards that used to lock us into solitary are now telling us it's better we all stick together. I guess they think our odds of surviving this war are better that way. After walking for miles across the battlefield, we came across the wreckage of a plane. Passenger, not military. I knew that rose. It was an Erusian liaison plane. The guard's dogs smelled something and took off. They led us to a cliff. And the bodies.
Today, I lost everything. When Osea attacked our capital, my father, a man who was never really suited to being the king, was killed. I was to be flown out of the war zone to safety, but the plane was shot down by rebels. The entire crew was killed in the crash. Soldiers appeared and one shot at me, My dog went after him and shot him to pieces. He was my best friend. After all those speeches I gave about working together for peace, I thought everyone felt the same as I did. I'm sure the soldier who shot at me knew I was the Princess of Erusia. He was Erusian too. More soldiers have come. Now, there is no one left to protect me. I am so numb, I cannot move. I watch as one of their dogs approaches. It sniffs mournfully at my dead friend. I wonder if it grieves for him as much as I do. I can barely think. I feel weaker by the minute. I don't know who these soldiers are with, but I managed to take a sip of the water they gave me.
How long have you been here?
Somehow, I muster the courage to answer the woman's question. I tell her I've been there 3 days. They gather around me with grim looks on their faces. What would they do if they knew I was the Erusian princess? After searching the cockpit of the plane, the woman who spoke to me before came back to me.
This is an air-to-ground tactical radio. It still works!
I noticed she walked with a limp. She knelt down next to me and asked her companions to give me some food. And then, very softly, she said,
You see, I used to listen to your broadcasts, Your Royal Highness.
Just what did you see here?
Okay, enough talk. Opinions have all been taken into consideration. Beyond the seizure of Forbanti, which is important, and supporting the Erusian officer. At this point, I just don't know what our strategy is, or what our mission will be. Radio communication is still patchy for both the military and civilians, so we're getting zip from Mission Command about our orders. Still, with countless Erusian forces in the area, it's too dangerous for us to stay around here waiting for a miracle. Now, regarding Count's suggestion to think about self-defense, I think we should make a break for Tyler Island. It was a large Osean base before the start of the war. Count says his previous squadron took part in an operation to seize control of the island. It has the only base that will get us to the space elevator without refueling. It's also a transport facility for supply ships that provide drones and ammo for arsenal birds. For the Osean forces that are looking to reclaim the space elevator, those are two great reasons in its favor. If everything went according to plan, the base may already be in Allied hands when we get there. Though based on what Count told me about the island operation, it won't be easy to seize control.
If the ground troops have managed to open the bridgehead, the transport route to Osia for supply ships should be available.
So much at stake, I can't imagine Erusia just giving it up without a fight. Things could really have gone bad.
Even if there are enemies left, they should be pretty easy to suppress.
I just want to go home, man.
Me too.
With that look on your face, Trigger, I know exactly what you want to do.
If Trigger's ready to kick ass, then so am I.
Damn straight. We're with you, Trigger.
It's decided then. Let's get all the aircraft and haul ass to Tyler Island. Although we can avoid the Arsenal Bird's anti-air network, there's still remnants from the Erusian forces. I want to get to the island without getting into any unnecessary combat. Pick a fast craft and fix it how you want. Pack for a long trip, but remember, if you drag your ass, you'll get left behind.
Strider Squadron, sortie ASAP.
This is Tango 2-3, pursued by multiple tanks and APCs. They'll all go down if we don't pull back the landing craft. It's what? Abandoned Tango 2-3?
Something's not right.
Hold up.
Tango 2-3, we don't have the firepower to assist you. You're on your own. Please, we need help!
Wagtail is on the Ocean landing ship. What's going on? What did you say?
Multiple bogies inbound. Damn it. Prepare for anti-air combat.
This is the AWACS Longcaster. The aircrafts in your area belong to the LRSSG.
Allied aircraft. A retreating vehicle is taking fire. Requesting assistance.
Roger. ID complete.
We're under attack!
Their artillery fire just missed us off our starboard side.
Update us on Tyler Island.
Couldn't be worse. Our forces are scattered and on the run.
It's a big on the run.
We were waiting for retreating units here to carry them out to safety. Thank God. Friendly birds.
Strider 1,
Good Longcaster. Many of our allies are cut off. We need support and an escape route.
Understood. We'll do what we can. Let's help retreating Ocean forces. Take out any hostiles in their area. Don't engage till targets are ID'd.
The boots on the ground don't need more people shooting at them.
Thanks. It's absolute chaos out there. The Erusians are even starting to fight amongst themselves.
Missile.
Well, now we know what's going on, but shit.
Missile.
Calling friendly birds! Take out the hostiles in our area! Get us out of this hellhole! We need help while we're still up and running! There's more over here. Bodies against the door. That's part of the fight. Yeah, they're all lined up. No, they are not combatants. Some of them aren't even wearing shoes. I can guess what happened here. Really don't want to catch them out. Half of those bastards. It's a blatant war crime. Take photos for us.
They're Erusian. Jesus, they're firing at each other. Is this the norm around here?
Missile.
It's all crazy people.
I just got the photograph. We'll get that data. Give us another 30 minutes.
Missile.
The men say they want to at least give the children a proper burial.
We are in the middle of a mission to take back the mass driver. The supply ship is a munitions depot. It's highly combustible.
Missile. Missile.
The Erusian ground forces show no sign of letting up. We're taking heavy damage.
All aircraft, search every nook of the island. We're not leaving anyone behind.
Don't let them in. Send them away.
Hold up.
ID complete.
to defeat them. Just delay their advance. Got it?
Strider 1, we've identified the unknown targets.
Quit cranning your neck. Our guys will take care of the reason.
Fine if we take a little damage. Just let it go right now.
Irving, Strider 1 destroyed target. Gotcha, pal.
Tank is destroyed.
You're with us. The enemy is over there. Hurry. You let them through. We're as good as dead.
Can't we flank the enemy and strike them from behind?
I count 12 dead bodies here. They seem to be upper middle class. Big ones nearby, so they could be researchers and their families. Most likely, they were involved with Belka.
Strider 1, target eliminated.
We're moving out! Leave the dead behind! We'll come back to this island one day and send them off properly. We can't even run! The enemy will shoot us in the back!
AA gun confirmed destroyed. Strider 1, we've identified the unknown targets.
3 strikes, count to 3, and the enemy's gone.
Commander's down! The last vehicle's been destroyed. Let's get out of here.
Let's get moving! Hit the gas and don't let up until we reach the extraction point! I don't want to see anyone, hostile or friendly!
Wait, multiple bogeys from the east.
Their timing tells me they're not here to bring good news.
We need to ID the bogeys. Take them down if they're hostile.
Understood.
Bogies inbound. Escort fighters, we're counting on you. Should we fire? Even if we're not fired upon? Of course. Chase out the bogies! There's no way they're ours! Almost there. Commence operation no return! These are unguided. Stay on course.
Strider Squadron, you're near an armada of bogeys. Identify them. Strider 1, target destroyed.
Visual. Like an eagle. Identification complete. It's Erusian bombers and their escorts.
Count's prophecy has come true. Take out all bombers, or they'll flatten our allies.
Plenty of civilian casualties as well. Precision bombing is impossible in these conditions. Maybe they know they can't. We're gonna drop them all.
Launch control, this is flight leader. All systems ready. We are a go for launch. This is launch control. The enemy is closing. Confirm launch readiness. Perfect. This is our last chance for Operation Feeding Time. Launch control. Roger that.
Chaff and flares are running low. The bombers are nearing the island. We're running out of time.
Enemy on your back.
This is Graham 7. I'm behind my target.
Watch it. Enemy has a lock on you. Only half the bombers remain. We can't let even one get away.
Quick to cabin and take them down. Grenade locked on. This is Brandy. Attack was evaded.
Target locked. Enemy on your back.
Strider 1, target acquired.
Watch yourselves. These guys are working together to bring us down.
Missile.
All enemy bombers have been destroyed.
We did it.
Continue with your mission.
We're down to less than half our vehicle. Looking good. We need help. Bring all the injured.
Missile.
Strider 1, bandit splashed.
Don't let anyone other than a routine airspace shield into the base.
Heavy armor at the front line. Don't stop.
I've got a sitting duck here.
Can you hear us? We're taking fire from multiple enemy tanks.
Destroyed.
We can't afford to get this before we make it in time and do something.
A landing ship is waiting for you.
Right, we leave the wounded. This will guarantee us a one-way ticket to hell.
Missile.
Pretty sure we're there already.
Missile.
An explosion inside! Continue the countdown. Something stupid. Grabbing the supply ship. Do the countdown! There's still one arsenal bomb left. If we can open up the bomb, then Elysia will have a fighting chance. These cameras will track the supply ships.
Don't fight with your backs to the supply ship. If it's hit, we're done for.
Our guys even took out the enemy's air support. What do we do now? Get in the tank!
Allied retreat looks good. Strider 1, target destroyed. Watch it. Enemy has a lock on you.
Stall warning. Missile.
Let me slide in on that tail.
Get in the landing crab! Many thanks, Lancaster. We didn't have to leave our boys to die.
Understood.
Try to save your ammo. Lure them in and then fire at once.
Warning, enemy has a bead on you.
Missile. Missile.
Hey, you. Dumbass with the scratches on his tail. Hear me? I need you to help some people. There's a group of refugees surrounded by Elusian tanks right here. Needless to say, their future's not looking too bright.
This is a secure military line. Who is this?
Me? You can call me the Scrap Queen.
Lancaster, she's an ally. Trigger and I'd know that voice anywhere.
That voice. So you're still breathing, Sir Count.
Here, let me have a word. Hey, it's been a while. I had a feeling the two of you were still alive. Remember, stick with Trigger and you'll make it.
I have a bit of intel for you. We'll share it if you can help those refugees.
Count me in.
That's right.
Echo 13, all hostiles are down.
Understood. This is our last chance. We'll see how far we can go.
We destroyed all of the targets. All bogies should be ID'd now. Mission complete. Okay, Scrap Queen. Send us the target coordinates.
I was thinking about how I'd do that.
Don't you have a laser target indicator?
Why would she?
Use a smoke canister. Who's taking this to the enemy's doorstep? Not me. Wait, you moron! Wait! What are you doing, dumbass? Here! Attack right here!
Lancaster, we've confirmed the location of the flare.
That's them. All aircraft, we just updated your threat matrix via data link. Take out those targets.
Don't miss. We don't want to hit the pretty ladies down there.
Missile.
Hurry!
Missile. Missile. Caution.
In gun range.
countdown. Pressure stable, cooling system is on.
Lancaster, a promise is a promise. Here's the intel. I heard it from an Erusian soldier that defected. The supply ships will be launched soon.
Yeah, that is valuable information.
That doesn't sound good.
But can it be trusted?
Not sure. Heard it from a man who said he wanted to atone for his sins. Up to you to trust him or not.
Understood. Good luck.
Releasing safety. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Launch. 1, 2, 3. The mass driver is accelerating.
The supply ships have been launched from the mass driver. If the supply ships make it to the Arsenal Bird, they'll be able to resupply it. They may be loaded with new weaponry that we don't even know about. We have no choice but to take down the supply ships before they can get within the Arsenal Bird's air defense network. You've got to hurry or you're not going to make it. 3 minutes to the enemy's air defense network.
Missile.
I can't get a lock.
Missile.
All aircraft, remain on high alert. We got bandits incoming on radar. You're gonna have to forget about them for now. Focus on destroying that supply ship first.
We're sitting ducks like this.
If we let the supply ship get too far away, we'll never be able to catch it. The supply ships are on their schedule. Target's using cloud cover to hide itself. Don't worry, we know where it's heading. Just avoid the enemy's fire for now.
Okay, but we won't be able to do that forever, you know.
Did you see that explosion? Looks like that's one of them down.
Remember, there are 2 supply ships out there. Hurry up and shoot the other one down.
The supply ship's in the clouds. We can't find it.
We've recalculated the remaining time.
Lightning hit you.
90 seconds to the enemy's air defense network.
Don't lose them.
Missile.
I don't feel like it's over to the Arsenal Bird. Alright, let's move in behind them and take them down.
60 seconds remain. Careful, it's hard to maintain a lock in the clouds. Hope you're all enjoying the pretty fireworks. If this thing had any windows, we could have seen it for ourselves. Nice work, team.
We're gonna find ourselves a boat and leave this island. We'll be taking the refugees, along with any deserters from the Erusian military.
Who's the girl that ran at the tanks with the smoke canister? A few more crazies like her and life down there may have been a tad bit easier.
What do you think would have happened to those refugees if you hadn't intervened? The princess saw what happened. They were little kids.
That's why I like the sky. You don't have to see those types of things.
Does this mean we're that much closer to ending the war?
No, we just basically prevented it from going on forever.
Count's right. We have no choice but to return to our original base. Our base that is nearly out of food and fuel. We need to do something.
This is Tango 2-3. I'm pursued by multiple tanks and APCs. They'll all go down if we don't pull back the landing craft.
Good. Take a seat. Everyone's here. All right. Good work in sinking the supply ships. Not to mention saving the refugees. However, we're in no position to start celebrating. Even the commander here is starting to fray from the stress. Can't say I blame him. Now, Tyler Island is in a state of complete anarchy. This base isn't safe either. The faces you see around you are the only friends we've got. Take a good look.